I'm Lowell Bodily. I'm an environmental health scientist for the Salt Lake County Health Department, where I've been employed for 50 years. I started working in 1964. Well, it was a small district, and I just couldn't see that it was going to go anywhere, so I figured, I had to look at my career, so I put in applications for Salt Lake, Juneau, Alaska, and Panama, and I accepted here. Well, I think the first thing I did when I was hired is my good friends had me go and inspect a restaurant, only I didn't know that it was not a nice restaurant, and I went and inspected and came out, and they was all laughing. They thought, "We thought you'd be in little pieces. They're not very nice." I didn't find them too bad. Well, my degree was in public health and biological science.
Perfect.
When I started, we was just given an area, and that area we did everything in it. Inspections, complaints, anything that came up, that was our area, and we took care of everything. Yeah, I can remember it very well because I had the Cottonwood area and I got lost in there. So I had Murray, Cottonwood, and I can't remember how far south I went, but we had a pretty good area. Well, Dr. Brewerton he was a real gentleman, and basically if you needed him, he was there to help you. I like going out and helping people, and right now it's hard work. Every Thursday we go out and do a cleanup, and basically to me it's very satisfying to go out and then look back and see what's been accomplished, and I really look forward to Thursday. Like I say, it's hard work, but I enjoy it. The least favorite part of my job would be the facility inspection. There has been moments that really stand out. One of them was early in my career, the U.S. Public Health Service sent me to Mexicali to present a presentation on one of the surveys that I ran. And that was to the American-Mexican Border Health Public Health Conference. And I think the thing that made it stand out is I was telling them how deplorable our housing condition was, and looking out of the window, and there they are living in cardboard boxes, and I was thinking, the houses that I think should be torn down would be, mansions for these people. Another thing in my career that I've really kind of proud of is the employees voted me the first employee of the year on a new deal that we did in our bureau, and that was quite neat. I was doing a survey for the Public Health Service that was called the Needs Survey, and we was housed there at 610, and they at that time was working with the methadone because they figured it was a synthetic, so if they get hooked on that, they could get them off the methadone easier, and they could get them off from heroin. So being how I had to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning anyway, they made me, well, they didn't make me, but they asked me if I'd ramrod the program, and I had quite a few memorable experiences out of that. I was working with, not the best people. I was home one night and I got a telephone call, and this guy says, "What kind of TV did you want?" And I'm hollering around. He says, "Hurry up, what kind of TV do you want?" And I says, "Where are you at?" He says, "I'm in the department store waiting to get it for you." I says, get out of there. I don't want it that bad." We had a guy by the name of Lou Barkow, and he had a heart attack, so I figured, I'll do his job just so he has a job when he gets better, and his job was going out. I was on call 24 hours a day, about 7 days a week. And the funny part of that is he designed the pickup to pick him up, and what it was a winch on the front of the truck with the cable that went over the back, and a great big old steel plate like about that thick, you know, that you drop on the ground and then drag the animal up into the truck. And then you'd go out to the landfill and go about a quarter of a mile away and put it in reverse and go about 90 miles an hour and hit the brake and hope you threw it out. Horses, cows, sheep, anything. I used to get calls from the sheriff's department at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I finally got tired of them. I said, is it dead? Yeah. Is it in the middle of the road? No. Is it on the side of the road? Yes. Well, that thing will be just as dead in the morning as it is now, so I'll go pick it up when I get to work. And they laughed and they said, we wondered how long it would take for you to wake up to that. I have a key to every gate on the I-15 corridor. But this is also where they seem to like to camp is on the freeway. Those keys, everybody'd like to get a hold of them sometime or another. I can go up Memory Grove. I can go that anytime I want to. That's what's kind of neat. I do it because I can. This last summer, I can always tell when somebody's bucking to become a sergeant for the city police department, because then they always want to go and, you know, and they've got to supervise something, so they always figure, well, we'll go up City Creek and take the transients out. The only trouble is we get up there and they say, okay, lead us. I said, hey, this is your program. Yeah, but you know where they are. But just from the gate of City Creek up to the water deal, we took out 38 camps. I was told that we just signed an intergovernmental agreement with Salt Lake City, so that in the city limits, they put in $2,300 so we can hire the inmates to come and work for me. Yeah, we got one camp out on Victory Road. If we don't get the inmates, I'm going to have to see if we can't get 8 or 10 of them, because the trash pile is so big that we went up and we didn't even make a dent in it. And this was one individual, maybe a couple of years ago. I went into one camp and it wasn't bad, and we used to give them a week to get their stuff and get out, and I went back in a week and I couldn't believe it. Great big dumpster, great big 30-yard roll-off full. One individual. These are some very colorful individuals. Well, everybody says you need to, you know, be more compassionate or something. Well, what they don't realize is you have different types of homelessness. You have these people that, you know, that are hard on their luck, but they can also go to the shelter, or somehow or another they can get help. The people I deal with, they don't want help. They can't get help. Number one, you have to live by the rules. Number two, you can't use drugs and alcohol. And they're not willing to do either one of those. I've always said that it would be terrible to be, you know, a member of the human race and have absolutely no value whatsoever. And these people, they really have no value. Their main thing in life is to go get a fix. And I mean, I got a sharps container right now in my truck that's probably got 6 syringes full of black heroin. I asked the police officer, I said, what's going to happen if you pull me over and I got that? And he says, oh, just show your badge. I said, yeah, on the way to the jail. Yeah, the public health issue, everybody says it's not, you know, that's not bad, but I don't know how other way to put it. We've got calls where they'll actually be walking down the street and mess their pants and just shake it out on their pant leg out onto the sidewalk, and then my partner and I get a call and we'll go clean it up. That 4 South viaduct, it's got little pillars, you know, it's got the rail and it's got little pillars, and right there, right in the corner, I don't know how they did it, but that's where they've used for a bathroom. But it's just, the 3 main things that we pick up in these camps is pornography, drugs, and then there's fecal material all over everywhere. So if that really doesn't constitute a a health problem, I don't know what does. Right now, I really honestly don't know. As long as my health's good, everybody tells me, you know, you're working for nothing. Well, this might be true. I'll never get all the money out of my retirement. But then how do you put a value on your health? And I feel better today than I've felt for years, so I'm really enjoying my work, yeah. I guess the thing that really makes it most enjoyable is, you know, if I don't like it, I can tell them where to put the building and walk out, and they can't hurt me. As long as I feel good, like I say, right now I feel better than I've ever felt, and I just attribute it to what I'm doing. I mean, right now it's kind of slow, and I'm having to go to the spa. But during the summer, I'm up climbing those hills about every day of the week, so I mean, that's probably as good exercise as going to the spa. The job is just however you want to make it. You can make it tough or you can make it not so tough.